Hey guys, welcome back. I'm top music attorney Miss Krystle, and we are making changes to the show. I am going to be bringing in that Orko a little bit later in the show. So, for our community, as you guys start filing in, I hope you stay until that segment because we specifically want to kind of let you guys in on some stuff that's been going on and some pretty big changes that we're looking at making. But, as we always say, this show is very much about building our community. We care so much about you guys. So, we want to make sure that you guys are in the conversation and part of the kind of the decision making. So, we'll get into all of that a little bit later in the show, but to kind of just tee things off, I thought let's kind of start with just doing a quick recap of where we're at. And let me share my screen. I should have done that, but let me share my screen so you guys can see what I'm seeing. Hello in the chat. Thank you guys for being here. All right, here we go. So this is, of course, Top Music Attorney YouTube. And since Friday, I think we've had like 10 video releases. I think starting with, so we had one segment where we talked about the Prodigy and them, finally doing another show, following all of us just missing them so much, but, start kicking off basically their new, tour and all the great things with that. So we covered that. And then, of course, Johnny Depp, all of the craziness of what's going on with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's failed motions. We also talked about Rob Zombie, which made me very happy. So I'm a fan of Rob Zombie. And he has his new movie, The Munsters remake. And so we were looking at that trailer. And then, so these ones right here, they show a little funny on the feed, but these are the shorts. Let me just show you guys. So I don't know if you guys see these. Sometimes they're like the most popular content. And so basically they're like some of my TikToks, some of my stuff that I post on Top Music Attorney social media. So we do shorts as well, usually 1 to 5 a week. Now, something I wanted to specifically highlight are these videos right here. So this is featuring Wendy Day. We had Wendy Day on the show. Yes, and Munsters will be on Netflix in the fall. So we had Wendy Day on the show. We did this great interview. And if you're an artist and you missed that interview, we are slowly releasing the different clips, which is what you're seeing right here. It looks like we have about 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4. We've released 4 clips, and it was such an incredible interview. Wendy Day gets paid $250,000 to do what she does, and she's giving away her knowledge for free. Okay, so each one of these clips, we have specifically cut it out because it is such valuable information. And so as you're seeing these videos being posted, please make sure you are watching them if you missed any of it. And even if you saw it on the live stream, watch it again. Have this stuff just, double down in your memory. Know it by heart. It is such good content. So I just wanted to highlight that. But then we also had this artist tip video for music producers. And this is one of those, if you haven't watched it, you gotta watch it. Because as a music producer, you can get caught up in lawsuits because you miss this critical step. So I go through that in this video, and it's a very common question that I get as a real life attorney, as you guys know. And then lastly, we did a little segment on Elijah the Boy. Elijah the Boy is an independent artist. He's crushing the game. He's doing a really nice job with his marketing, and so we wanted to kind of give him a shout out and highlight some of the great things that he is doing. All right, so let me go back here to the chat. Hello, everyone. Thank you guys for being here. John Brown on Facebook. So we are broadcasting on multiple platforms. Make sure you do come over to Top Music Attorney and subscribe here as well. Jim, also on Facebook. Thank you guys for being here. So yeah, if you're just kind of joining the chat, I already mentioned, but I'll say it again. We're going to be getting into a pretty substantive discussion about what's kind of going on with the channel. And we're going to be making some big changes. And because we really value our community and we value what you guys think and what you want from this channel, we hope you'll be part of that conversation. That'll be just a little bit later in the show. So be sure to stick around, and then you can give us some of your feedback. Hello, hello. So for those of you who happen to see Miss Krystle Instagram stories, I'm very proud of myself. I went to the gym earlier before the show, And I was able to have a new, what do you call it, best on my leg press. I got up to 320. Okay, I've been etching up. I was at like 200, and obviously we've been going and going and going, and then I hit 300, which was definitely a new best, and I got to 320 today. So hey now, I'm pretty excited. And I've also been doing a lot of research because for those of you who do follow on Miss Krystle Instagram, we have been doing live streams once a week on Thursdays where I am playing the piano, singing songs, doing covers, taking recommendations. Someone had asked that I try doing My Immortal by Evanescence, which I actually went and learned this week. So I'll be doing that for the first time on Thursday. But in any case, we have a lot of great information, content that's constantly going up. So that's why I just wanted to highlight the releases that we've had since Friday. And then also just to talk to you really fast about when you see these videos being posted, if you are kind of part of our community and you want to support, I want to tell you something about how this works, okay? So YouTube is very, very, critical and analyzing every single video. And anytime you can not only like a video, but actually share it out, right? Post it to Facebook, like wherever you're going to share it, Twitter. That goes so far above and beyond to help YouTube know that our content, people are liking it, they're sharing it. And so those are really, really great steps to support the channel if you want to, but at a minimum, just making sure that you like a video, leave a comment, which can be like an emoji. But those two actions by itself signal to YouTube, hey, people are digging it, and it will push it out to more people so we can continue to grow our community. I get paid, obviously, a lot of money to have these consults, to kind of discuss this information, a lot of like industry secrets, and that's the purpose of this channel, to make it available for free. And I really want us to grow. I really want us to be able to help not only independent artists, music producers, but also record label owners. And to be able to, again, just have a platform that everyone can come, get the information for free. And then the purpose of going live is, specifically so that I can answer your questions live. So making sure that you like these videos and comment is fantastic. And I know some of you do ask from time to time how you can support us. So that's really it. Like, that's the biggest thing and most helpful thing that you can absolutely do. So where's everyone checking in from, and how are you guys doing this evening? All right. So, as I'm kind of thinking through all the different things that we are looking at potentially doing on this channel, the different moves that we're making, and then, I'll be talking about different resources that I've made available online a little bit later in the show. Again, what we're trying to do here is just to make sure that, we provide the best information and the most entertaining, right? So I did a poll in the community, and obviously not the entire, 15,000 of you voted, but from that poll, I just put things like, what kind of content do you want to see, right? Do you want to see more music video reactions? Do you like the business or, entertainment business, music business news? I don't know if I put anything about health. I have a tendency to start talking about health, but I don't know if all of you like that, but there's a lot of stuff that we cover on the show. And, since we're kind of dedicating the time to put these shows together, we want to make sure that we are making the content that you guys want. So, like I said, your feedback is very helpful. All right, Thomas, thank you for being here. Hello, hello. Jay on YouTube. Thank you guys for being here. Yeah, it's kind of wild that this, I feel like it's not even Monday yet. It's been kind of a crazy week, and I normally have a segment where I'm like, hey, here's the crazy shit that we're trying this week. I don't have a thing. And if I have a thing, maybe we'll talk about it on Friday. I don't have a thing. If you guys are trying anything crazy, please let me know. But what we are going to do is we're going to run the intro. And I have a special segment that I'm just going to get right into. We have a music video we're going to run, and then we're going to get into that chat in regards to the channel. So if I could just find the intro. And here we go. Hi guys, I'm top music attorney Miss Krystle. I'm an entertainment attorney, public speaker, and creator of the Top Music Attorney School for artists and record labels. I'm the owner of Dukes Up Records, and most importantly, I'm an independent artist. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on those bell notifications so you don't miss my weekly videos giving you my best tips on the music business, industry news updates, and teaching you how to stay legally protected.
Let's go.
Hey, all right, so I just got a note from my producer that some of your comments aren't coming through on our end. So the way it works is that as you're leaving comments on all the different platforms, it feeds through to my station, my chat, so I can see everything. And so he's saying that a lot of the comments aren't coming through. So if for any reason I'm not responding to a question that you guys have or something, I'm not ignoring you, but there's something wonky going on. All right, so Jim on Facebook, you ever thought about doing the cover, The Weeknd, Save Your Tears? I think that would be an awesome cover tune. I am taking recommendations. I haven't done that one yet. I haven't explored doing that one yet, but taking recommendations. I did The Used, The Bird and the Worm. So for some of you, old school cats that know that song, it was very fun. I'll do it again on Thursday if you want to hear it. Very different. So one of the comments that hasn't come through, CJ, likes, comments, and shares are the best way to help any content creator. Comments need to be related to content to actually help. Thank you very much, CJ. Yes, that's right. If you guys are trying to support the channel, the likes, the comments, go so far. If you could do a minimum of like an emoji, I'll take it. It's beautiful. But if you want to leave me like a paragraph with your life story, that's even better. And it's funny because when we have like haters who come on, first of all, I like responding to haters. It's just fun for me. But in any case, it's a good thing as well, and something you guys should keep in mind if you're a content creator. When people leave long comments, even if they're very mean and they're intended to hurt your feelings, if you have feelings, then it's still a good thing. It tells the algorithm that people are really interested in your content. So you're right. Leaving comments are a very good thing. Andrew said, I can see you doing Immortal. Yep, we're doing it. All right. I did Call Me When You're Sober. That's an official release. If you just search Miss Krystle, you can listen to that one. But we'll do my Immortal live. I don't know what's going to happen. We're going to do it on Thursday. I liked the live stream on both your YouTube channels. Ultimate Musings. Thank you very much. Winston, long-term project, dark pop Christmas album. Yes. Can I tell you guys something? I'm spilling the tea really fast on an idea that Orko and I had in regards to doing a calendar. Okay, so it would be a Top Music Attorney official calendar. And, we're like, it could be fun, right? Who doesn't want, obviously, a lawyer-related calendar? It would take a lot to kind of, figure out all of the locations and the different vibes for the different months. But then I was like, well, maybe we could add in, inspirational quotes or just things that you guys should keep in mind for each month. So what do you guys think? Go in the chat. Let me know what you think if we had a Top Music Attorney calendar for 2023. Winston, nice shirt, autographed for $100. Yeah, maybe we'll have to start selling the shirt. You guys can be Top Music Attorneys as well. 11-second eclipse. Wendy interview was awesome. Very good. I mean it, guys. Like, please, 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 if you missed her interview, please go watch it. We're releasing it in segments with the different clips. So as you see it come through your feed or go to the subscription, channel, make sure you watch those. All right. So yeah, that Orko is feeding me your comments because they're not actually coming through for some reason, or at least the ones on Facebook are. So YouTube isn't. YouTube hates us today. John on Facebook, do the calendar, I'd buy it. All right. I feel like the calendar would be a lot more fun, right? Like, so we talked about doing a calendar once, and I think we did as a special giveaway of Miss Krystle, but it was like a one, there was just one for the giveaway. But I think if we did like an official run of a limited edition calendar, it would be more fun to do it, on all the lawyer styles and lawyer outfits and all of that. So that's just me. I think it could be cool. Jay, that interview was fire. Wendy, yes. No, very, very good. And we're definitely going to be having on more guests because, for example, something that I'm very familiar with and good on is marketing, but that's not the focus of this channel. So I think I would like to have maybe some other well-known YouTubers come on, and then they can kind of talk about their experience and knowledge on marketing, and I can throw in some of my 2 cents. So I think that, having more people on for the interviews is going to be cool. All right. So let's just hit 1 or 2 more comments and we're going to move on. You would rock the calendar. I think it could be fun. All right, so last comment, Chris, top music attorney calendar, Miss Krystle calendar, that Orko calendar. That would be great. Do you guys want that Orko calendar? You guys love that Orko. I feel like maybe he would actually sell, and he would probably even sell better than mine. Let's be honest here. Now, would he do it though? That's a question we're gonna have to ask when he comes on the live. Kone, I hope I said that right. If I create cover instrumental or beats, how do I need a license? Okay, good question. Let me hit this before we move on. As it relates to doing cover instrumentals, you know, we've talked about this in more full-length videos, and we even released one specifically about sampling and how cover songs kind of work into that just a few days ago. So make sure you watch that. But doing a cover instrumental, if it's a true instrumental, right, so it's following the same progressions and melodies and chords, then you wouldn't need to get like, you know, a sync license. You can get a mechanical license if you're planning on selling it on platforms that have digital downloads. But guys, let me tell you something right now. There was a change in the law, and so now digital service providers, so DSPs like Spotify, Amazon, Apple Music, they are the ones that are required to pay the songwriters for your cover songs. So, you know, the requirement to even get a mechanical license is becoming obsolete. Now, I do have clients that will kind of take that step still, and they will get the mechanical license, which is very cheap. It's very fast, no problems. But DSPs are required to make those payments now, which is making it a lot easier for artists, and that's a great thing. All right, guys, let me pull this over. I'm going to give you this run through. I'm super excited about this, and I hope I do a good job, because what I'm about to kind of go through right now is something that's going to be posted everywhere. And I'm going to try to do this in one take. So hang with me, and then we're going to be getting into a quick music video right after this tip. So let me pull this on over. Now I'm going to give you a quick recap as well, because we're going to be cutting this out. So let's see what happens. Hey guys, I'm top music attorney Miss Krystle, and I am a record label owner as well as the owner of an entertainment law firm. And I went to law school. I paid $200,000 so I could learn how to protect myself in the entertainment and music business as an independent artist, as a record label owner myself, and as a practicing attorney today. I represent a lot of record labels. And those record labels we're helping to build. The goal is always to scale. So as a real law firm owner, and you can look it up if you want, my law firm is Delgado Entertainment Law. But what we do is we help to scale businesses and record labels so that they can do six-figure numbers on an annual basis. Now, if you think about that, that kind of breaks down to, you know, a little less than $9,000, $8,300 to be specific, a month in revenue. So it's a very attainable goal. And what I'm going to talk to you about is this course and, I guess, opportunity, quite frankly. We have a lot of clients that call our office, and we just don't have the ability to take on everyone. And so as a record label owner myself, the decision that I made was that I wanted to have something that record label owners, whether you're just starting or you are trying to scale your record label to that next level and to get to that six-figure goal on an annual basis, that you would have a resource that wouldn't break the bank. You know, what I'm going to talk to you guys about and what I've put together costs our clients about $7,000, okay? And I'm going to go through what that all entails, but, you know, this course that I'm going to be telling you about, I am so confident in it. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee, and to date, I have never had a student request a refund because they weren't happy with the course. So I really believe in this course, and as someone who, you know, again, I went to law school to learn all this stuff, I paid a ton of money, and am paying a ton of money in student loans. It shouldn't cost you that much to become legally protected, to know exactly what you're doing, and to get to that next goal in your record label. So talking real briefly about just kind of our students, of course, we have our entire client base of, people we represent through the law firm, but our students include small to mid-size record labels predominantly. Okay, and that's important because that is kind of your stereotypical where you want to be at as a record label. And that's the sweet spot where you can really start seeing large amounts of income from sponsorship deals and tours because you have the ability to really focus on high performing artists. So, as we're kind of looking at this, even a few weeks ago, one of our students closed a multi-million-dollar sale of one of their artists' catalogs. Okay. And that's obviously incredibly exciting. We all want to be able to have that, on our repertoire of things that we've done as record labels. But that goes back to why it's so hugely important that you take the steps that you need to do to stay legally protected and to make sure that you, in fact, have all the rights in the music and that you've done your due diligence and you have the right contracts. Okay. Now, the big bonus with this course is that it is, one of those things you get lifetime access. And for a lot of my students, they do go back every couple of months and they check on, what we've uploaded because I regularly make updates. I'll add in new content because it's very important to me that this is the absolute best resource in the marketplace when it comes to helping record label owners. And so I am regularly making updates. So because there's that lifetime access, you always can come back, rewatch videos because this is a video course. Download the contracts because you might lose them. It's always going to be there. Okay. So like I said, it is a video course and it's, tutorials. And let me kind of frame it for you this way. It's a few hours of time. Okay. Your investment in this course is going to be a couple of hours over the course of an afternoon. But what comes with it, with all the bonuses, are of course the contract templates. So as far as kind of what you're going to learn, I'm always going to cover the basics, right? So how to set up your limited liability company, picking your label name, the importance of branding, right? And how we do these searches so that you can have what we'll talk about later, which is your trademark protection. We talk about your team, right? Your core team, on how to build the team, what to look out for. And I often bring in personal examples, right? I've done this for a long time. And so even from my own record label, I've made mistakes and it's cost quite a lot. So we talk about the core team, but then we get into operations. This is the stuff, the day-to-day stuff. We're in the weeds and I'm dealing with this with our clients and helping them. But, things like distribution, right? Going through music distributors, marketing the music, right? Some of the best practices, pros and cons. And then we get into things like music video productions, photo shoots. So a lot of the logistical stuff when it comes to that marketing piece and getting the music out there and getting the music in front of the right people. But then, we get into more substantive questions like clearing samples, right? Cover songs. Can our artists do cover songs, right? Are we going to be able to release them? Do we have to get mechanical licenses anymore? And then if we are going to have samples as the record label, what do we have to do to make sure we don't get sued, right? In case our artist accidentally includes a sample and we don't know about it. And then also some of the big ticket items, right? So how do we make money in addition to merchandising, in addition to streaming music, downloading music? Well, that goes to getting music syncs in TV and film, right? So getting the music in popular TV shows, getting them in feature films. I mean, we have clients that have had placements in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. So it's a big ticket item when it comes to being a record label. And, I know record labels that only do that. In fact, they're not interested in having their artist tour. They only want the artist creating music for TV and film. So it's a very lucrative thing. We not only talk about it, but I give you all the best hacks of how to get the music into TV and film. And that's based on my personal experience as well. And then in the more legal stuff, right? I'm not only providing the video tutorials, but when it comes to the contracts, I'm giving you walkthroughs. Okay, so in the same kind of way, if you wanted to sit down with me or a different entertainment attorney and say, hey, I need to understand this contract because I'm going to be using it, right? I'm going to be doing these deals myself as the record label owner. I'm not only explaining the actual logistics, but I go through the contract and I actually show you, hey, this is what this section is. This is what it says, what it means. And then, from the legal side, we'll talk about the contracts in a second, but copyrights. I not only talk to you about copyrights, the importance of them, how they work, but I actually give you a walkthrough. how to file your own copyright applications, which is going to save you a lot of money compared to, let's say, hiring an attorney to do it for you. And then also trademarks, right? So, your trademark as a record label is one of the, if not the most valuable aspect of the business, aside from the catalogs, right? So aside from the artist catalogs that you will own, your name is one of the best pieces when it comes to selling later on, merging the brand. And so you want to make sure you protect your trademarks, because I've had record labels that make this mistake. They don't think about it, they don't act on it, they don't get their trademarks, and then they get cease and desist and they have to change their names later on, which is no good. So when it comes to the contracts, guys, for each one of these contracts, if you went to a law firm, there'd be no less than $700 a pop, probably more like $950. And we include, and I'm looking at my list right now, I think there's about 9 here. So, number one, we talk about and provide a contractor agreement. The contractor agreement is when you hire people to come and do stuff for your record label. And they're not employees, so they're contractors. Now, the way copyright law works, if you don't get something in writing saying, hey, I'm hiring this person, I'm paying them this money, and in return, they are making this thing that's assigned and owned by my record label. If you don't get that contract, even if you paid them, even if the understanding was that you were going to own it, under copyright law, the contractor still owns what they made. So popular examples include graphic design, your logo, your website, text on the website, right? Any kind of imagery, and even the music itself. Okay, so if you have music producers that you're hiring to work with your artists, and the intention, of course, is that you're going to own the music, you don't get a contractor agreement, you don't own the music. Okay, so it's a really big deal, and that comes with the course. We throw in a management agreement because even though the record label is not the manager, right, the personal manager for the artists, it comes up so often. And our clients will be like, Krystle, we have someone who's managing our artists, and so we need a quick agreement. I got it for you. It's in there. And probably the most important agreement is the record label agreement. And that's right at the tippy top of the course as far as what we get into. I'm talking about it. I'm training you on it. I'm giving you an exact overview of how it works and going paragraph by paragraph. But, you're going to have this template that is going to ensure that the ownership of the catalog vests with your label. There's no copyright issues. And then things like advances, right? Recoupment of expenses, merchandising, ancillary rights for things like performances. All of that has to be in your record label contract. So this does come with the record label course as well. And then another popular agreement that's needed is a featured artist agreement, right? So as labels, we want to pair up artists with bigger artists, right? So they can cross promote, but then they can help to elevate the awareness of the newer artists. So we have that feature artist agreement for you. And we have non-disclosure agreements. Okay, this is highly requested as our record labels are looking at doing deals with other labels or companies, sponsors, potential investors. Before you have a conversation with anyone or disclose information, you always want to make sure that they sign a non-disclosure agreement. So that's in the course as well. We also include music video crew member agreements. If there's a music video production happening for a song that you own, you need to make sure you have a contract that says, hey, everything that's created for this music video will be owned by, you guessed it, the record label. And that there's also things like indemnity, there's liability waivers, there's all kinds of things that you need that often are missed because, you know how it is. Sometimes we move a little too fast, contracts aren't signed, and it creates huge problems down the road that you can avoid by just having that music video crew member agreement. We also have a photographer agreement when you send your artist to get their headshots, to do the cover art with a photographer. Going back to what I had said, if you don't have a signed writing saying that the ownership is transferred to your label, then the photographer owns those pictures. And I've had photographers later on, after the music had been released, after it was making money and doing well, bring a claim because it was doing well, and to say, well, you paid me this, but I want more now. And unfortunately, it's a bad situation to be in because they still own the copyright. So that photographer agreement is included. And then, lastly, for licensing music to TV and film, you want to make sure you have a license agreement for the usage and, for things like additional uses in trailers and all the stuff that you should be getting paid for separately, we got you covered on that as well. So like I said, you know, I got you with all of the legal contracts. This is all the standard stuff that comes up over and over and over, and you will now have it as part of the course. But again, I think the explanation and the tutorials are really what gives that additional value to the templates, because again, you can always log in. It's a lifetime thing. And so when you need to kind of go through it again and refresh your memory, it will be there. So like I said, you know, typically all in, and this is on the low end. I always try to be conservative and fair about how this actually works. On the low end, when clients hire us to do all these things, you know, it's in a ballpark of about $7,000. Okay. And so understanding that, you know, I started from nothing, and that a lot of record label owners are starting from nothing, or they're just trying to be conservative with their expenses. Yes, you can come and hire my law firm. That's great. But it was very important to me to create an inexpensive option. Okay, so, you know, if you do it all in, there's like a discounted course. It's $997. We also have another subscription plan. It's like three payments of $367. But for a very limited time, I'm going to be having a special discount code, and I'm going to be like hugely discounting this, because not only with this video, but I'm going to be doing kind of the special promotion, because there's been a lot of record label owners that follow my channel, social media, have subscribed to my email list, and I just want to have kind of this little burst where they have an opportunity to go and get the course at even a more discounted rate. But it won't be forever, so you can check the description of this video if you want to get that discount code. But, you know, my goal was to put together a course and to make it at a price that was just so ridiculous that a record label owner just would feel silly to say no. And while, you know, I still always say, if you want to contact my office and hire me, or go contact another entertainment attorney and hire them, go for it. Again, my goal is that this course is the absolute best product on the market when it comes to not only learning how to build the record label, but learning how to stay legally protected, having all the forms that you need, and having all the tutorials that you need. And it's not going to cost you days and days of learning. It's literally just an afternoon and a couple hours of time. And look, guys, for any reason you need a free resource, Top Music Attorney YouTube, I gotcha. I have a playlist for record label owners, and so we have weekly videos we're releasing, and so you can get kind of that ongoing support either way. All right, let's kind of jump back in. What do you guys think? How did I do? You know, before we start doing these live streams, we would come in and we would do these different segments, and you know, I'd just be like so nervous, and you know, I would say something funny, and I'd be like, start over. We've been in this 20 minutes, but I don't care. We're doing it again, which is a problem of being a perfectionist. So the nice thing about doing these lives, and I appreciate you guys that have been hanging for this and watching, but the nice thing about doing the lives is that it forces me just to keep going, no matter what. All right, here we go. I finished your book yesterday. John, thank you so much. Yes, so I just did the big spiel about the record label course, but I do have a book for independent artists. It's called How to Keep Your Dukes Up in the Music Business. There are lots of contracts in that one as well. So I appreciate the support, John. All right, so I'm going to get back to the comments, but I am going to, I'm going to bring in that Orko after we run a quick music video. And I think we're doing Blinding Lights, which is my cover of the Weeknd. So hang tight. We're going to run that video and we'll be right back.
Show me how to love. Maybe I'm going through withdrawals. You don't even have to do too much. You can turn me on with just a touch, baby. I look around and Sin City's cold and empty. No one's around to judge me. I can see clearly when you're gone. Say
Hey
She sings
now.
so nice, don't you agree?
Stop it.
I think that
Thank you.
sounded great.
Great production by that Orko. How we doing? Great
Oh,
shirt.
oh, thanks. My Billionaire Boys Club shirt. I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. I kind of, I think I pulled my back out a couple of days ago, so I'm working through that. Um, I am working through being kind of tired, but I'm here. I'm excited. Let's go. I really thought you did a fantastic job on your
Oh.
little ad there that you did promoting the course. And honestly, this isn't just because I was, a part of, the whole process of it and editing it and putting this thing together. It is so informative, and I really could not even recommend this more to not only just people that are interested in starting a record label, but independent artists who um, just really want to take charge of their career. Like, you've gotten the book, you want to take it to the next level. If you have any interest in working with record labels in the future, like, now you know how they work from the inside out, what they're looking for, so you have a better understanding of how you want to negotiate your deals, what it's going to take for yourself. And after going through the course, you might actually decide, I can probably just do a lot of this on my own. And the more knowledge that you
That's a
have
good
about
point.
your
Yeah.
career, the more value that you're going to provide to your career and your label, the more money that you can ask for. So think of it like going to college for your career, and you make more money once you start getting your degrees and stuff like that. Think of that the same way that you're thinking of this course, as far as in your music career, just really having you so you're at that next level.
Yeah, no, and I have a lot of clients that start labels just for the sole purpose of having the label for themselves. They're not even planning on signing additional artists, and that's okay too. So, a very good point there. But anyway, we promised the community that we wanted to just kind of have a quick conversation in regards to the channel. And so that Orko and I have been kind of chatting about making some big changes to the format. We've been, for those of you are hanging on and have, been on all the shows, we love your faces so much. And so it's important before we make any changes that we kind of chat with you guys and get your feedback. So if you're watching this later and you're not on the live stream, we'll still, go back to comments and feel free to leave your thoughts. But
And
one of
remember,
the
I'm trying to get to your comments. So the best way right now that you can, if you are trying to get your comments across, I never really do this, but the super chat is available, and that will highlight the comments in YouTube. I'm trying to get to them, but our restream service right now is not showing the comments from all the platforms. But I do see that we want you over on YouTube, Top Music Attorney, anyway. That's where I'm pulling from. So if you're trying to comment, I really want to see them. I know that they are coming, but I'm not getting them on our window. So just for today's show.
Yeah, guys. So, kind of what we're thinking, the way we've had the show structured is we always include some kind of artist tip segment or record label tip. So, kind of the hard learning and teaching. I want this to be a place that people in the music business can get their questions answered for free, and that I'm continuing to kind of give you that educational stuff so you don't have to hire me or set up consultations. You can just get the info for free. So, that piece is probably not going to change. We will continue to have that. But the piece that we're kind of looking at and considering is the news portion of what we do, which is usually about half the show. And as we've been kind of thinking about it, and just looking at the channel as a whole, we're concerned that we might be, creating some confusion about kind of what the brand is and what we do, right? Because we don't necessarily want to come off as like TMZ.
Right. And and just to your point that you made, before about the tips, another great advantage of, when you're watching these artist tips, that segments that we do, or any of these kind of things, is using them, not only because you want to take things on for yourself, but when you are going to go see an entertainment attorney, you kind of already have an understanding of what's going on, so you know what questions you need to ask. So you're utilizing and maximizing that time with an attorney, because that can also add up. As soon as you hire an attorney, you're going to start incurring fees. So the more that you're prepared, the more knowledge you have, so you can get right to the questions you need answered and get a real tweaked and detailed, consultation to what you need.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, guys, when I have, I did that little segment talking about the record label course, but when we have record label owners call our office, I always lead with the, hey, just so you know, you can basically get all of this stuff at an outrageously discounted price. And then once you're done with the course, you have your contracts and all this for whatever you need next, as far as negotiations and all this extra stuff, circle back with us then, but you can save a ton of money. So to your point, if artists do the same thing, do your self-research, get the answers that's already, for free on this channel alone. Then when you reach out to an entertainment attorney, then you go to the next step and it's more cost effective.
Absolutely. And then, but to the point, to the discussion of the channels, we were kind of looking at, we were trying to be more transparent with the community because this really is a community. I love reading your guys' comments. We try to answer all that we can when you leave them on the videos, but we also want you guys to network with each other. Like, I know that there's producers, I know that there's engineers, mastering people. I know there's people that are just fans of music that just are interested in the content. This is a community, so we're kind of being transparent with our journey with you, and we want you to be transparent with your journey with us because we want to help. We're really looking forward to these upcoming artist segments that we're going to be doing review things. The announcement for that is coming real soon. Those things aren't changing.
Yeah,
But
potentially in the next couple of shows we might start that. And so with the piece of the, news stories, we're not going to be completely done with them, right? So obviously when there's some really big ones, we're probably still going to jump and I'll want to talk about them. I'll want to react to them, but something we're probably going to start incorporating more is what you guys asked for, which is you like the music video reactions.
And we have a real exciting one coming up really soon that we just finished up. And yeah, but when you're looking at the channel, like to your point that you were saying earlier about, we're not really TMZ. It was just something that we really like doing. We're trying to tie these news stories into things, but as far as the amount of time and stuff that some of that takes it to get these stories ready, because we want to be, informed when we're giving you the information. We want to be prepared. We want to present it in a professional manner. We want to make sure that we have our, research done. And, for seemingly, on the channel, those videos don't necessarily perform, and it feels like we're kind of chasing trends, and it hurts the algorithm when people are trying to find us for the things that they're trying to find us for. And then when you go into this is the big thing, is when you go into the, the video tab of it, it's like you're going to see Hailey Bieber, and then you see, an artist tip, and then you'll see Kanye, and then you'll see like another artist tip, and then you'll see some other kind of thing. And we just really want to make sure that it's a hub and maybe having more just open conversations with you. And I think that you're going to find that, the things that you like about the show, the interactions, Miss Krystle's like incredible insight and breakdowns of contracts and legal things for these stories and stuff. So the bigger ones we're still going to hit, when they are really applicable. But
yeah, I mean,
we just
guys,
want more people to the party.
Yeah, just as far as it being, a good half portion of the show, but probably the thing that takes the most time in preparation. I love it because, and we both love it because it's a good opportunity to know what's going on in the music and entertainment business, which we love. And, quite frankly, it's something that's even helpful for me as a practitioner. Not only am I on the ground floor doing these deals, right, on behalf of artists and record labels and actors and all of that, but it's good to know what's going on in the industry in general. So we were reluctant to kind of do this.
And I'm doing it anyway. Like, this is stuff that I'm consuming this information anyway. So it just kind of seemed like a natural, just a natural aspect of the show. And the thing about being transparent, the thing about being fluid and the kind of growing, like, we may change it. We may bring some stuff back. We may bring them back in and out, or just change our minds about things. But the thing of it is, it's like what we tell, the artists that watch this channel is not to be afraid to try things, not be afraid to switch it up. Don't, you know what I mean? If you're looking at your analytics, looking at, where your budget is going into, looking at where, all of your resources and time, and, not even just your money, but your time is your money. If you're spending, 4 or 5 hours on something that yields very little results, but the stuff that you are spending less time on does more, and maybe you just got to make moves and not be afraid to make changes as you see things coming in and watching your analytics.
Yeah, so I think we'll probably, with the show segments, I think we will, loosely decide when we're going to cover, news things versus making it, again, half of every single show. Start to incorporate more of the music video reactions back in, because I know you guys love those, but then still stick with the not only artist and record label and music producer tips, but start to incorporate the artist reviews. And I think that's going to be fun for you guys because you'll be able to, I don't know how critical we'll be on air. Can we be mean to them? I don't know.
No,
We'll have to figure that one out.
honestly, my purpose, what I'm looking forward to is, there's plenty of shows that you can get your song, like reviewed, and we can tell you whether it's good or bad. But that's not really the point, because once your song is out, it's out. And I mean, you're promoting it and it's whatever. But now it's like, what do you got next? Like, I'm not really about your song. I'm about your brand. I'm about your career, because songs are fleeting. Songs are here and then they're gone. Like, what are you building? What kind of foundation are you building? Where do you need tweaks? Are you using mixing and mastering? How often are you posting on your social media? Like, what is your feeling on it? Have you, do you just do collaborations with people and you've never released your own song, and a producer is releasing all music and you're just featured everywhere, but you're not getting paid? Like, let's figure it all out. Do you need shows booked? Do you not know? Are you nervous to call up a club and get your first show booked? Like, let me tell you how to do it. Like,
Yeah.
let's answer your specific questions on these artist reaction shows, and get you set up. But we want to play your music. We want to maybe show a little bit of a music video that you have, and show your work. Cause I mean, this is also to promote you. This is a great place that you're getting, that there's artists and other producers and people in the industry in the crowd. So it's a great way to connect with them and
And
network.
and on top of that, I had this thought. We're very careful to try not to, play music other than obviously what we own or created on the show because of just copyright claims. Now, under fair use, we have the ability to file a counter claim and to dispute it and this and that. But, we've been very careful about it. But I kind of am like, I don't want to be anymore. I was looking at Rick Beato's YouTube channel. He's also a music educator, and Rick Beato does very similar to kind of where I think our channel is headed. So he does hard education, a lot about actually playing and understanding music theory. But then he'll react to like stuff that's going on in the music business. He'll react to top 10 songs and just give his opinion. And so it's kind of all over the place, but within all the same topic. But he just straight up plays the music. And so I was watching like one of his, top 10 Spotify songs, and he was like, trash, but he was just actually playing the music. And I'm like, you know what? We're allowed to do it under copyright, so maybe we just should.
But even still, like, my whole thought always has been for this channel is, I'm not concerned with earning money from YouTube. Like, I've never cared about, the earnings from YouTube, as far as if the music is an important part of, you guys are learning something from these videos, and, getting yourself right and your career right from this stuff. I don't care. Like, it's not about this really is about building a community. It's really about a mission of just, I've been doing music for a long time. Before I started, producing for Miss Krystle, I had a whole other career, rock band, going on tours, playing with all my heroes, doing all that cool stuff. But like, I wish that I knew like a tenth of what I know now, just from working with Miss Krystle, because I would have a lot more money. I would have had a lot more success, because it's very obtainable to run your career the way you need to. You stop waiting around for some record label to fall out of the sky, or somebody to discover you in the club like it's 1986 and you're playing some dive bar.
And I find too that a lot of artists who are a little later in their careers, they seem to have a tendency to be the ones that are taking it a little more seriously, right? So they're learning about monetization and marketing and, doing everything themselves, because even if they were signed to a label at some point, they didn't learn anything during that time. So then they got dropped from the label. And so now they're learning this stuff for the first time. So you're right. We want to start as early as humanly possible, let's see. I think there's a comment from Winston. Behind the scenes would be educational. For example, if that Orko had a day in the life of music producing. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Just I want to start trying different stuff that you guys might be interested in seeing. So our DIY studio, right? So our music booth that we built, right? It might be fun for you guys to have a little tour to see that. It's educational. That Orko could share some stuff.
Yeah, or maybe some of the, the different assets and things that we use, for music. Maybe we can kind of get into, recommending, I don't know, microphones, MIDI controller, like different things like that, that you would really need help from, because it's like, not only is Miss Krystle an entertainment attorney, but she has been a recording artist and pop artist and, rock singer and whatever for many, many years, like her, like longer than she's been an attorney. So this is what, um, this is we can help in all those areas, but the key is to really cater to what our community needs, and what they need to help them grow, because we're here for you. I have a great time with it. This is one of my funnest things that I look forward to a couple of times a week, sitting with you, sitting with our community, showing you guys, listening to Krystle break down like contracts and these tips. Like, I'm watching just like you guys are. Like, I'm sitting here and I'm just like, and I've heard a lot of
Well,
this stuff a million times, but I'm totally engaged because I just see the value. I picture myself as when I didn't know these things, and how it just would have saved and just helped me along, and just made it so I could have quit my pool cleaning job many years earlier than I did.
Well, I was just going to say, so on the same kind of thought of, if, for example, something I'd love to do is to talk about some of the biggest cases that have had copyright infringement claims, and then to actually play songs, right, back to back, so you could hear this is the song that they're claiming, this is the one they're saying infringed. And, I think that that would be very fun to do. It's probably going to create issues if and when we do it on the actual live streams, because we'll probably get a copyright claim immediately, and then we have to dispute that, which can take a couple of days. But, our
We'll
goal
figure
would
out a
be
way.
yeah, we'll just, I
We're
say
gonna
we
figure out a
do
way to
it.
do it, or we can maybe do things where we're doing the regular show, and then we come back for a special music review show, or we schedule something separate that we know there's going to be a review time. We're figuring it out, but we just want you, guys, just to be transparent and show you our journey, just like you're on your journey. I mean, this show is, this show takes a lot of time, and we do have a team, but it takes a lot of work. And, we're in the middle of finishing up our new record right now. Miss Krystle has been laying some very silky smooth vocals down,
Oh,
and it has been um, really fantastic, because she has been, as you guys know, the hardcores that have been here and following the journey, she's been on her health journey, and she's been getting her strength back, and we have laid some really tasty vocals down, and I'm really excited for this new record that's going to be coming out. So I think it's a lot of stuff is going to free up to get more music out, which gets more videos, which also goes on the channel. I'm just really excited. So make sure also on Thursday you are following on Miss
that's right.
Krystle's
Miss
uh,
Krystle live right
live
there.
on her social medias, on her Instagram. She goes live and
So
she does
let me
piano.
show you what we do, right? So we do the live stream. The last time I went crazy and I just did it for an hour for some reason. And then I let you guys decide what your favorite is, your favorite song. So then I do a separate recording of the favorite song. I post that the next day. So we've only done this twice. That was the first one. We've only done this twice. And then on Thursday, we'll be back. And in the meantime, that Orko produced, we've been getting your votes, because that Orko produced a cover song, Middle of the Night. And so we've been getting your votes on the cover art. And so today, this was the final. This one went up to number 1, number 2. And then the one we had done before, you'll see at the end, the second photo is different. And it was great to get your guys' feedback. That's why I like doing this stuff, because everyone was like, absolutely 100% number 1. So everyone voted for that one. No love on the second one. So then, from that, I took, all right, so the favorite from that one. And then we did this again, 1 and 2. And it was more even this time, but it was definitely more leaning towards number 1. So that's the one that we
Well,
sent to the distributor.
again, this is all in the spirit of the transparency and wanting to build the community, not only on Top Music Attorney, but Miss Krystle. And, this is something that I've really had to work on, as far as being able to let go. I'm a very hold on to things to the last minute before we release it. I'm not big on teasing things. And, Miss Krystle's like, I really want to try some new, not only promotion techniques as far as just like leaking the music out earlier, but, bringing the community in and having kind of like a focus group with them and just kind of
Yeah.
seeing what they like. And, as she's you got to tune into this Thursday live stream on Instagram, because she is doing new covers some that I'm even starting to hear for the first time. So you're really hearing the skeleton
Great.
bare bones of how kind of things start, and then you see where they end. And then sometimes she'll play cover songs that were already done that she has now done on piano and done a different version of the cover version of the
Yeah,
song.
we
And
we get we getting all kinds of
it gets
wild
real
up on the lives on Thursday. So
it
Miss
gets real
Krystle Instagram for
inceptioning.
that.
But you can vote on which songs, because I'm going to leak something else that we are working on besides this album, some other projects, and your votes and your thoughts are going to shape directly how this project ends up turning out.
Yeah, yeah. All right, let's hit the comments really fast, and then we're gonna get out of here. We will, again, leave any additional comments after the live stream so we know if any additional thoughts. Sean would ever be down to do a feature NBA YoungBoy. We're gonna do a reaction video. I think so.
Yeah, no, people have been asking for Young Boy. We've done a lot of King Von, we've done Lil Durk, and we're kind of all in the family. That's just kind of the one that we have not kind of hit yet. So we're going to be getting into more reaction videos. Make sure that you are requesting them on the video comments themselves, like you're requesting, because that's where we see them and that's where we take them from, because I forget and don't write them down right then. So make sure you're commenting and letting us know what you want to see on the channel. Like, we're taking requests.
And then to the comment, what time for the Thursday? So I go at 6 p.m. PST, and that's been pretty consistent every week. That's what we're going to do this Thursday as well. 6 p.m. PST on Miss Krystle Instagram. CJ, number one, was the best on both posts, in my opinion, because the beautiful baby boy, my little gizmo. And he had to be, honestly, I totally agree. I totally agree with the followers that it needed to be number one because Gizmo, his head is up and he just looks so handsome. So that's all fair.
There was a bunch that we were trying to choose from. There was a lot to choose from that were good shots. And then also, I don't know if anybody has noticed, or I don't hear comments on this kind of thing, but I don't know if I would. The thumbnails have been looking really good lately as the new videos that we've been uploading as well, because we did a nice little photo shoot and we have all new thumbnail pictures with your new hair coloring, and I think they look great, and that was a fun photo shoot.
Yeah, so speaking of, I need to get those. You have to add them to the Dropbox still.
Oh,
But you sure?
Yeah, no, I got your email saying that they did not upload, and then I re-uploaded them, and then I checked them. So now,
you didn't let me know.
Yes, I didn't let you know. I forgot to send that email. But if you check right now, you can test me. I'm not gonna just upload them as soon as we're done. You could check it. You'll see.
Well, in any case, I'm so glad I have them now. But I was asked to do I don't know if it's a keynote, but just to be a speaker at a conference that's coming up, and it's for through the American Bar Association, and they're like, they need a headshot, so I need the picture so I can send them a headshot.
Just the head.
But yes, but in any case, guys, I just wanted to make sure that we checked in and that we let you know kind of what's going on. So as far as what we're going to be doing for the next show, we're not 100% sure, but we will be back on Friday per usual at 7 p.m. PST, and
it will be fun.
Of course it'll be fun. We're all about fun, hun. But anyway, we're going to end the show with another music video. Now, this one's a personal favorite. This is Save Yourself. And Save Yourself was the first video that I did that really started to gain some traction on social media. And it brought a lot of, even now, my most diehard supporters, it brought them in. So I'm very happy about this song. And this was the first time that we really started to go the dark pop route. Our prior records had been a little more mainstream pop and some R&B stuff, flavas and all this. But, we kind of went more into the pop rock, dark pop realm with Save Yourself. And then that led to Dangerous Daughters. And Dangerous Daughters is a pretty dark record sonically and lyrically. And I love it so much. And I was
pretty different from the first stuff that we were working on, for sure. But not to say that first stuff is trash or anything. The early records that we did were very fantastic. The Woman in Motion record I still recommend. Just a different vibe. But no, I mean,
I was listening to Dangerous Daughters because I take breaks. Obviously, I listen to my music because I'm a fan. I like what that Orko does. I think I like her music. But I'll take a break, and I was listening to Dangerous Daughters at the gym.
Mm.
And like Roads to Nowhere, just still
So your guy.
I need. It's totally my favorite. I think it's my favorite song. I think it's my
We
favorite
were
song
in
off
the
that record.
desert looking to shoot a video and it couldn't get it done.
Well, don't
That
tell
thing-
them the treatment. My music video
Just
never
a
came to
shot was in the
fruition,
desert.
and it doesn't make sense for me to go back and do a song off of an old record when we have like a whole new record that's coming. But I gotta be honest, it's my label. I'm the artist,
Do it.
and I might just do it because I don't know. I'm gonna be sad if I never do a visual for that.
No, it's a great song. Dangerous Daughters record that you can find on Spotify. It's a fantastic record. If you have not, if you're new to the channel, if you're new to whatever, you're popping in, you haven't heard it, please go listen to that record and let's do it from front to back. It's a story. It's a whole theme that goes through. The songs connect. They go into each other. It's very. We put a lot of time on this guy.
Yes, do it, Brenda says.
Oh, look, I'm getting I'm getting some YouTube messages. Our chat is finally coming through on the screen.
Oh, great. Right when we're done.
end
So
of the
that
show.
Orko, whenever you're ready to start that video, guys, I love your faces. I'm top music attorney, Miss Krystle. Thank you for joining us. We will see you on Friday at 7 p.m. PST, and I'll be in the chat during the music video.
Very good.
Get down, crazy, grab you some. Little bud, baby, I like the see